Now, Obi Owa, Obi decide now we prefer Obi to another because Osha, that many people to supporters in the money. Obi appear no watching there, yes, or what it takes to be able to do a particular oil tax and another responsibility. Obi Owa prefer Obi to Obi because Obi there, this particular person over a period of time or proven track record. Now, say, Eko oil Dr. Pokuna Kachia, or continue sympathy. Now, in fact, in some way to more about oil former President John Dramani Mahama. Now also compare Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It tells you very clearly that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is actually taking the lead with regards to the track record. Then someone has come under major criticisms, but as some do, now someone what may you say as someone in a
about Ghana in the next 50 years? What we are planning today? Oh. No, that's what I make.
Late in the day.
They will not get my point.
Me
say we need to think about 50 years of Ghana.
Absolutely agree.
Fantastic. Absolutely. And also Babe say we need to think about the fundamentals now. But then some what is a politicians be come Ura Mahama. Next work on a man conform NDC for and Kokon getting kitty now Kokono so we na what tono so to Koshano what tons so one to Koshano what them. I'm like, is that the politics? Is that the kind of development the Mahama person?
It's not funny to you what they say. No, you are blessed.
Me patron Mahama video no.
Bo.
Me patron on to Sassam. My point, I mean,
video way why?
It's an admission. It's an admission, sir. Ramahama.
And policy that was implemented by you.
Hey,
Jane, NPP has implemented that policy.
Which policy? NDC, John Mahama is on record to have said, say, NDC for Mamu Kokon. Nankukono, so we are Kokona Koni to Kusia, not on Kusiano.
Secusiano,
Secusiano, one to Kusia, not Ankono. Why are you debating this? What we are saying it's funny. It means what Mahama said. No, it's funny.
It's even there. The oil the NDC communicators at that time. No record as some or can be funny. As I some or can so funny, and as I some so it tells very clearly there. We have to think about 50 years ahead of oil Ghana so that we'll be able to implement certain plans within the 50 years and get to that particular way aim. Someone will prefer someone over someone because of no proven track record. Obi Owa will take the lead in thinking ahead. Maybe to the digitization, he thinks ahead. He thinks of solving the problems of the economy. Also, the digitization, I want to think ahead. But John Dramani Mahama, according to Dr. Poku on the oil super TV, kind of very clearly, the Mahama's on also Kokon Ketinketi, Oba no Osba Brana Manfo, Osba Ghana man. And I'm on Kokon Ketinketi, Mahama no Kokon Ketinketi policy, no fee there. It is funny. Onya Kade, it is funny na NDC communicator and so to me. Yes, it is funny. Now today it is funny na Asam and Okara. Then it means there Asam no Okutia your former President John Dramani Mahama. So this is just a take or leave. And this is to tell you there. If you are going to think ahead of oil the generations, to think ahead of oil the people and think not just this year, it will not make you to implement something like Nkoko Nketinkete policy with the way a man that you are talking about it. If it should be an Nkoko Nketinkete policy, that is not how you are supposed to talk even about it. But something like digitization is going to solve the problems. But as it were, no, it just doesn't have to do with just certain things with regards to digitization. It has to do with many things. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has also suggested a lot of ideas, but I don't think that then Kokon Ketinketi, the way former President John Dramani Mahama or a Dr. Poku, though. And at the same time, I believe that moving forward, some of these things will have to also be seen, criticized, and at the same time being given the best of critique, so that in the end we will have the best of the result. Now, Menenema Namuku ex oil patriot who oil Twitter now also the Mahama Nati be over a period of time. Let that man confirm once a week. And this is actually a video telling you of how Mahama nor Kasa and how it was actually going to be. Now,
other project, a project to help families. What I say, demand for confirm. It had become a delicacy. Oko baby a totum confirm na nipa ere na omo de rebia ni Guinness ni ade. Na and confirm 1 million ego ho. What I say. Okay. And confirm the omu seasonal omu migrate into confirm number 2 na rainy season omu da samba into this time of the year no omu migrate to Burkina Faso and no one no.
if you saw from the video, it just telling you very clearly that former President John Dramani Mahama, that the SADA project, he invested Ghana Sika 15 million Ghana cedis. Ningina atosu. Ningina ko washo. And it is just because Nanka something some kamuno. Also, na one way season, and one way season, no we are to walk baby. They leave the country to go to a different country. Hey, they leave the country and go to a different country, and they go to Burkina Faso, and that is where walk to Awanabra border. Because it is season, they have to go to Burkina Faso. What can we do so that they will stay? I think before I come from one another, you don't have to think of them. They will go to know what could be for. You need to think of how best you are going to safeguard them so that they stay. Yeah, because this is just how it's supposed to be. Because he invests Ghana for this over 50 million Ghana cedis. Now I catch him there. It's a SADA project. Now 50 million Ghana cedis. I catch him there. More way season and this will to go to Burkina Faso. When are they going to come back to Ghana? I mean, this is not a business. This is there. You've literally used the money for something which is not beneficial to all the population of Ghana. This is just literally so. It's no wonder. Now, Madina, Kofu Baby, but the moment the video came out, it became something of a great topic to talk about because this is actually very funny. Look at how certain politicians within the Ghanaian space they use money of oil, the Ghanaian population. Look at how they kind of like handle some of these things. And if we are 50 million Ghanaian cedis, it's gone. Into thin air, boom, it's gone. It's gone. We are some more. In your comment section, do you think that this kinds of projects in Ghana, do you think that we need to think about oil the 50 years ahead of oil Ghana, 10 years ahead of Ghana, 20 years ahead of Ghana, and plan towards it? And do you think, and what are some of the ideas do you think, say, if you there, say, Abana Obado, NPP, NDC, CPP, BBR, political party, or capture political power, and so, oh yeah, but one man, maybe. Momaza Mamu, why don't you comment section? Now, it is not easy to have oil two gentlemen, the two of them coming from the north. And you have an NPP Ashanti Regional Oil Chairman telling you there, Obepede to meet Baba. And this is actually said by Chairman Wutumi himself. And it is to tell you there, if these two gentlemen are going to stand there, according to him, he thinks Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to win. But according to see if I can't summon it or can now or to conclude the talking is cheap. What may you say as an okay?
I own Wutumi TV in Kumasi. I own Movement TV in Accra. I own Western Diamond in Takrade. I own Billionaires TV in the Western North. I own Northern Ghost TV in Tamale. I can't wait the day all this precious media will call for one-on-one interview, with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama for debates, the debate for everybody, to listen to them, what you have done and what you want to do. It's not about talking, it's too cheap, for people to do the propaganda. We can't wait for them to sit down like this to debate, So after today, we are calling as a chairman of the chairman of all this media. I'm calling for debate between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama on our network for people to see, for people to know. And when they also, some of you are running mates as well. And also, so Yabasa from running mates, so Mumia Nunano, almost some debate. I heard the Ghana for say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a dear.
So that should tell you very clearly there. Chairman Wutumi the Ashanti Region Pokwa believe that if Sebama Bibia were clear, no, let's go for a debate. Almost one to I am PBR. Former President John Dramani Mahama or consider that Sabi also Wabats Nadu but Obi today Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a vice president, he feels that why more than all former President John Dramani, time why vice, not time why president altogether. And if you don't know that, then at least they should call for there should be a one-on-one interview between the two. We call for debates. Do you think that the debating will resolve all the clear oil knowledge as to what the votes of Ghanaians will be? Do you think that the debate will be able to help us? Maybe to me, so soon they want them not obi a feed the best of oil ideas to be able to help oil Ghana, because it gets to a point that it's no longer political again. It gets to a point that it's actually about what you can do to help oil the community of oil Ghana. Ghana is a global village. Now at the same time, you should see that as time goes on, people actually want the best for oil, their livelihood, their children, their work. People want folks for Ghana, they move outside of the country and they come inside, not because of anything, because whenever you get the opportunity to move out of the country, you are out of the country to go and seek for greener pastures. But the truth of the matter in there, you can also be working here if things are being done well for you to survive, and that is it. You can survive here if a few things are being done properly. You can survive. A lot of people have survived. But the thing is, even if we feed us, some talk about one side. Anything will be perfect, Dr. Mahmoud over former President Mama. Even though there's some NDC leadership will say a lot of things against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Chema want to me say that if you should call for a debater, the truth will be always the truth. As I'm not any idea on your comment section. Now, but mother like a video no, not share video no, on Osham crying. My brain and move to more videos on to them. Mama cry. Let me check.